My name is Máté Balogh. I am from Hungary, Europe. I am a composer, and I am the composer of the piece entitled Shijing Songs, which is going to be presented in Shanghai the 3rd of December this year and was commissioned by the Shanghai Conservatory of Music. It's a very long story with me and the Shijing collection. First, I had the opportunity to be part of a field trip took place in China a few years ago. We went through the whole country from Tibet to Beijing and Shanghai, and then at the very end of this field trip we were asked to compose a piece which is somehow connected to the Chinese culture. And then I found this text from the Shijing, the very first poem, called Guan Guan, and I make a musical piece based on this text for soprano solo, 5 frogs, which are the Chinese instruments, and for the traditional Chinese orchestra. And now this piece was commissioned, which is somehow the same piece but orchestrated for the great orchestra. So I used the original tones of the different Chinese syllables. It's not really a composition method, actually. I just transcribed the exact syllables into musical pitches. I can demonstrate it. For example, the very first phrase of the Shijing is this: Kuang Kuan Qi Qi Cai He Qi Chou. This one, you can see that every syllable has a direction, or a line, or a falling, or to down to up, right? So I just put this melody on. Guang guang qi qi cai he qi chou. So inside the syllable, if there is no direction, it means that there is the first tone of the Chinese language, right? Yao. For example, this one is yao. Yao is yao. Then tiao is tiao shu. Shu is shu, right? Because there was no direction inside, there was no change inside the syllable, right? Nu is of course nu. So you can see that actually I'm just a composer of the Chinese tradition, or what to say, the Chinese folk, right? Because these folk texts were composed according to rules, or I don't know, according to the aesthetic of the very old ancient Chinese daily routine, right? And I just transcribed it to a real melody. And then I put the orchestra next to this melody. So the orchestra is there as an environment of this. So actually, there is something which is very ancient inside my piece, which is very traditional, very original, nothing to say about this. And then there is my piece around this Chinese folk material. And that's all. Guan, Guan, cry the ospreys on the isle of the river. Lovely is this fine maiden, fit match for a nobleman. Long and short grow watermellows, left and right she seeks them. Lovely is this fine maiden, day and night you long for her. You seek her, but don't get her. Day and night you think of her. How sad, turning and tossing on your side. Long and short grow watermellows, left and right she gathers them. Lovely is this fine maiden, play qian se, let us befriend her. Long and short grow watermellows, left and right she chooses them. Lovely is this fine maiden, beat chong gu, let us delight her. How the clove plant spreads, reaching the middle of the valley. How dense its leaves. The orioles in flight gather on the coppice, singing together, tie tie. How the clove plant spreads, reaching the middle of the valley. How lush its leaves! Pick them, steam them, make clothes coarse and fine. I never tire of wearing them. Tell my lady I'm going home. Wash my underclothes, wash my dress, what to wash and what not to. I'm returning home.